And it wasn't the best pizza I've
I
ever
was
had
gonna say
in
it
my
better be
life.
amazing
no,
pizza.
That's the worst then.
No, it was okay. It
That's
was just
even worse.
pizza.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, sorry. Let's see if Jordan dies. Come on.
Hey everybody, welcome back
Hi.
to another episode of We Are Fine. I'm excited because not only are we playing one of our new games tonight, but we have the amazing Gaspare Randazzo, who is hilarious. If you haven't seen his stuff on the internet, I highly, highly recommend checking it out. You will be laughing and peeing your pants. But for those of our listeners that might not know you just yet, can you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Well, so first off, hey, I'm Gaspar. I want to say I love this whole ambiance of you sitting here with the blanket.
Thank you.
I feel like I feel like I'm at my grandma's house.
Yeah, I've
they-
described it as that before. Actually,
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
nice.
I'm always cold.
No, my wife's the same way. She's upstairs in a blanket, so I'm with it. So, my name's Gaspar. I am a teacher still. I've been teaching for 13 years. I teach high school. I am also a stand-up comedian. I've been traveling the country for the last 3 years on every other weekend, pretty much for 3 straight years. And then
Wow.
landing
Oh my
back in the
gosh.
classroom on Monday mornings, and it's miserable. So, and I make stuff online, I guess. So, hey, how's it going?
Awesome. And you guys just had a really awesome live show with Andrea and Philip Lindsay, right?
I did. Well, so I do stand up on my own for years, but
Yeah.
this weekend, me, Andrea Forcum, educator Andrea, unfortunate last name for her, and Philip Lindsay, Mr. something Philip. I don't know his Instagram.
I don't know his tag either.
Mr. Philip. We did almost like a live podcast, I would describe
Okay.
it as, where we just kind of went on stage and hung out. It really ended up being me just making fun of the two of them, but it was fun. We had a good time. We just talked and yeah, it was a good time.
I love that.
And we got some more of that coming up too. So stay
Fun.
tuned.
Yeah, you guys
Ooh.
need to come over somewhere in Ohio so I can come see you guys.
Where are you guys? You're in.
We live about an hour outside of Cleveland.
Okay. Yeah, I love Cleveland.
Oh.
I mean, that
Yeah.
one block of it. They,
Any
do
shows?
you guys
Any
go
shows
to-
coming there?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I was just
that
there.
sounds like a maybe.
I don't.
That doesn't sound like a no.
Well, I was just there in the summer. So I did Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, Cleveland was cool. I do you guys go to Cleveland for fun? Is that a place people go?
So oddly enough, so where we live in Ohio, we're an hour outside Cleveland, but an hour outside Pittsburgh. And we actually
Oh,
go to
yeah.
Pittsburgh more than Cleveland.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty divided in our area. My brother is a Clevelander, so he and his friends, they literally have tickets to the Browns. They go there all the
Yeah.
time. But I don't remember the last time I was in Cleveland just for fun. Not to go to the airport or
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Cleveland
honest, I don't know
Clinic.
either. I'm struggling.
Even-
you know?
Even people who go to Cleveland for fun can't remember the last time they were there for fun.
Exactly. We just go there and it's a blur.
Yeah.
You just don't know what.
No,
You don't know what happened.
you know what? It's a different world. I did
Yeah.
Cleveland, then I drove to Columbus, then I drove to Cincinnati. It's, first off, it's just roads and roads of nothing, which is
Yeah.
so wild to me. Cause I'm in New York City,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's a whole different world. Also, the airport in Columbus, it was I was the only person there. I thought I was gonna have to I thought I was gonna have to fly the plane home.
Oh my God.
Why? I turned the lights on in the airport. I was like, hello? When
The
I was trying to go
funniest-
home.
The funniest that happened to us once. We were coming home from Disney and we flew out of Pittsburgh, but then the cheaper flight we got home was into Latrobe, which it looked I was oh, it's just on the other side of Pittsburgh. So my brother
No.
was going to come and pick us up at Latrobe. When I tell you, I thought we landed at the wrong airport. Like, the airport was one gate. We got off the plane and had to walk into the airport, and there was, like, the security line was one metal detector, and there was not a single security guard in
Yeah, it's
sight.
wild.
It was an honor system security
Yeah.
check-in. It's very nervous that you could fly that airport into other like larger airports.
Yeah.
They were like, please don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have
don't
anything.
tell the TSA. But yeah, airports in Ohio are definitely way different than like LaGuardia or what is it, JFK?
Yeah. JFK, Newark.
Yeah,
And
Newark.
on top of it, the lady was like, I was renting a car and she's like, right now you're up for the whatever, mid-sized car and it's $42 a day. And she's like, or for $48, we could give you a new Mustang. And I'm like, yes. We're gonna do that. I was like,
Who
"That's
wouldn't
I'm gonna
choose
take the
that?
Mustang.
That's a $6 difference for a way cooler car." And it's just like not even it was crazy. And I was like, "This is only because of Ohio. Like, this can't be. This
It's
isn't
not,
real."
Ohio cities are not like, these other cooler cities like New York and Las Vegas, which actually brings us to the game that we're going to play today. So we have this fun game called Past to the Future. And
Okay.
essentially, we put in the date of the episode that the day that this will air. And it gives us different events that happened in history. And we had our producers pick one. And so the event that we're going to play the game on today is Nevada legalizing gambling in 1931.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is there are going to be character choices, and you and Jordan are both going to pick which character you guys want to be. And throughout this like choose your own adventure style history game, I'm going to narrate all the different things that are happening, and you guys get to like be as chaotic as you want, and we'll see what happens to this event in history by the end of it. Yeah. So last time we played it, we did the Voyager 1.
Yep, Voyager 1 to Jupiter.
Yeah, passing Jupiter, and in real life it took a picture of like Jupiter's moons and then came back or it kept going or whatever. But in our version, it actually went onto the moons and flew into a volcano and went through the lava tubes and found an alien civilization. So like, chaos can ensue. So I'm ready for this if you guys are.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let's
I do love the Great Depression.
Especially in Nevada when they're going to legalize gambling.
Yeah,
big fan.
Okay, so welcome, Jordan and Gaspar, to 1931 Nevada. With gambling now legal, fortunes will be won. Laws will be bent, and history is yours to shape. So you guys have to choose your characters, and here are your options. So if you want to be a male character, we have William Fisk Hara, a young entrepreneur with big casino dreams who would later found Harrah's Entertainment, which is like the Harrah's Casino where Donny Osmond played and all that. Yeah. Or you could be Bugsy Siegel, a gangster with a vision of turning Vegas into a gambling empire. Female options, we have Clara Bow, a famous Hollywood actress and gambler known for her wild, high-rolling nights. Florence Poncho Barnes, a fearless aviator and high-stakes gambler taking risks both in the air and at the tables. Or the wild card choice, which is a small-time card dealer, just a regular guy trying to survive in this new unpredictable world of gambling.
I'll be the wild card.
Okay,
I feel like good choice. That's a good choice.
I feel like it's too easy for me to go like the mobster guy because like that's like my New York life.
Yeah.
And then, not me personally, but like people that I walk past in the streets. And I don't want to be owning no Harrah's. Too much responsibility. I don't even want to be in charge of a classroom.
Okay, Jordan, who do you want to be?
Who's that first female character?
Clara Bow?
Clara Bow, yeah.
A famous Hollywood actress?
Yeah, big gambler. I'm gonna be Clara Bow.
So
now, do you gamble in real life, Jordan?
hell no. I am so afraid to lose money.
I
Yeah.
don't either. It's crazy.
We have a racino that opened in our town 10 years ago or so. And it's just slot machines, and then they have like horse races in the summer. But I randomly a couple weeks ago was like, you know what we should do? Let's go to the casino. And we went and just took out like $200 and found the dumbest games we could find. But they suck you in, man. Like they played this stupid fish game that
They sucked you in.
they did. The fish, just like the fish get fatter in their little fish bowls, and then when they break the fish bowl, you win or whatever. And they kept getting fatter, and I was like, it's gonna break. We have to keep playing. And he's like, this is why you can't come here.
Yeah, I think I don't gamble. I think like one time I remember I was 18. I was in St. Martin, the island,
Mhm.
and I was with my friend and his family, and we were like walking through a casino, and my friend's dad was like, "Oh, gambling's legal because you're 18." He's like, "Why don't you try?" And I was like, "You're right." I went to a blackjack table, or no, a roulette table, and he's like, "Just pick red or black. Like it's 50% chance." I put $20 down. I was like so pumped. I was like red. It came out black, and I was like, "I will never gamble again." I was like, I just lost $20 like that. Like, and he's like, yeah, but if you won, you'd have been a gambling addict. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, but I did not.
Maybe that was
So
it was a good thing that you lost.
it's a blessing. I'm only
you
in the hole
go.
$20.
There you go. Could be worse. Okay, so the stage is set. Jordan will play as Clara Bow, the Hollywood superstar known for her wild gambling lifestyle,
Oh, yes.
charm, and influence over high society.
Hello.
And Gaspare will play a small-time card dealer, a regular person trying to carve out a life in Nevada's new world of legalized gambling, where fortunes are won and lost in the blink of an eye. Welcome to Reno, 1931. It's March 19th, 1931. The ink is barely dry on Nevada's new legal gambling law, and the state is buzzing. People from all over the country are pouring into Reno and Las Vegas looking to strike it rich. Jordan, as Clara Bow, you've just arrived in Reno after a Hollywood shoot. Drawn by the thrill of this game, your name alone can bring in high rollers and investors. But will you be the queen of the casino?
Oh, you know I will.
Or just another player who loses it all? Gaspare, as the card dealer, I feel like we need to give you a name. So
Gaspare.
you're the card dealer. What's your card dealer alter ego?
It's Jordan.
Jordan.
Let's make this-
That's a great name. I love it.
Okay,
Let's make things super confusing.
Jordan, the card dealer. You've just landed a job in one of Reno's first legal casinos. The tables are full, the money is flowing, but so are the gangsters and high-stakes gamblers. Can you survive in this cutthroat new industry?
With these bombshell looks, you know
I'll
I
be
will.
Okay, so here's your first challenge, the big game. The casino is packed. It's the first official high roller poker night in Reno since gambling was legalized. Clara Bow is at the VIP table, making headlines with her bold bets, while I'm not going to say Gaspar's card dealer, while Jordan, the card dealer, is dealing the cards and keeping an eye on the players. But suddenly, a problem arises. A notorious mobster from Chicago, Vito the Viper Moretti, has just sat at Clara's table. He's a known cheater and enforcer, and if things go south, he's not the kind of man you want to cross. Here's the decision you have to make. Okay, you got to make this together, Jordan, the card dealer, and Clara. Okay, Clara, do you play it cool, keep your bets reasonable, and avoid conflict? Go all in, show Vito you're not afraid, and raise the stakes? Flirt with him, use your charm to distract him and get the upper hand? Or secretly signal Jordan to see if your dealer friend can help you spot any cheating? Which one of those options would you do?
I'm bold. I'm brash. I'm beautiful. I'm calling them out.
So you're gonna signal Jordan, the card dealer?
No, what was the second one?
Go all in.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
not calling it out. I'm raising the ante.
Okay, you're up in the ante?
Up in the ante.
Wow, you can tell you don't gamble.
I
Clearly
don't
you don't
gamble.
gamble, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to go all in. And then, Jordan, the card dealer, do you stay neutral, just deal the cards and avoid trouble? Do you help Clara, keep an eye on Vito and subtly warn her? Do you help Vito? Maybe it's safer to be on his side. Or
No,
do
I'm
you
staying
slip
neutral.
in? Oh,
Because at the end of the day, it's not my place. He wants to cheat. That's on him.
all right.
Jordan,
He's like,
you know,
I just work here.
yeah, like I'm just a worker. I'm not trying to get tangled up in the mob or
And I was
whatever.
going to say,
Yeah?
just like real life Jordan, I would
Yeah, like,
definitely take that same
Who am
position.
I going to be? Oh, I'm going to watch you and then you kill me. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll just play my thing. I don't know nothing.
Like, you sound like a true New Yorker. I don't know nothing.
I didn't see nothing.
I saw nothing. All right. So Jordan picked number 2. He's going all in.
Oh, yes.
And Gaspar's like, I don't know what the heck you're doing, but I'm not a part of this, lady. Okay. So high stakes in Reno. The game begins. Clara chooses to go all in. You slide a mountain of chips into the center of the table, locking eyes with Vito the Viper Moretti. I want to know if this is a real guy or if this is just some made-up gangster.
Probably real. Moretti's common.
Moretti sounds like a real gangster name.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just Italian, so.
Actually,
know.
it doesn't come up. Vito the Viper is a Mortal Kombat character.
Yo!
All right, well, good luck with that. All right, so what's your line? What are you going to say when you push all the chips in?
Oh, you caught me off guard. My line is definitely, look who's cooking.
What?
I don't know. You caught me off guard.
He's going to be like, what is that even mean?
He's like, this lady doesn't gamble either. The crowd gasps. No one challenges Vito like that. A smirk creeps across his face, and he lazily tosses in his own stack. You got guts, Hollywood, but guts don't win games. The cards are dealt. The tension is thick. You feel the weight of the moment. If you win, you'll be the talk of Reno. If you lose, you may owe a very dangerous man a favor. Or worse. Dun dun dun. I feel like we need like some music in the background.
Oh,
like
yes.
Tense music. Okay, Jordan, the card dealer, he chooses to stay neutral. You keep a stone cold poker face, dealing the cards cleanly and professionally. You know this is a dangerous game, but the last thing you want is to get involved. Your hands are steady, but you can feel the mobsters watching your every move. Some dealers get caught between the players. They slip the wrong card, and suddenly, they disappear. Tonight, you're just here to deal the game and keep your job. Whatever happens between Clara and Vito, that's their problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. You're like, I gotta go home to my family. I don't want to deal with this gangster. All right, the turn of the cards. The game plays out in slow motion. Clara gets a full house. Queens over 8s. A near perfect hand.
Look at that.
That's
Jordan,
all
I
she
look
says.
at that.
That's all she
Jordan,
says. Look at that.
I know you have no idea what that means. That's
Yeah.
a really good hand.
Awesome.
Clara, she's not impressed though because she's like, I do this all the time. I'm a high roller.
Yeah.
Vito's smirk disappears. His cards, a straight high, but a straight high, but not enough. The crowd erupts as Clara pulls in the massive pot. She just beat a notorious mobster in a high-stakes game, and he does not look happy. I don't know. Somehow I feel like this is still going to come back on Jordan, the card dealer.
Yeah, because they're going to blame me or
Yeah.
something.
He's the normal guy.
Yeah. Claire says, well, looks like luck's on my side. As she stacks her winnings. Vito leans back, cracking his knuckles. His voice is smooth, but dripping with menace. Luck's funny like that, huh? But in my world, no one wins forever. I love this. What do we have here? Is this our picture of Vito?
That's how I pictured him.
Yeah, he does
my
look like
gosh.
that his name would be Vito the Viper. He looks like a snake. All right. He stands, straightens his tie, and walks out of the casino. But the way his men glance back at Clara before following tells you this isn't over. How's Clara feeling right now?
Cocky. I have no idea this is going on. I just won $1 million. I'm on top of the world. I'm gonna go drink.
Okay. All right, a new problem happens. Vito
Jordan, you've
doesn't.
clearly never been tailed by the mafia.
Yeah.
No.
With
No,
that
we have not.
attitude.
Which is funny because we live in Youngstown, which is
Oh,
known
yeah.
for having some ties to mafia.
Very deep tie.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're not interacting with those people, they're not bothering you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
"Oh,
that's true.
Let's go shake down the local school teacher. She's going to have a lot of books."
Oh, yeah. I don't have any money for you. Vito doesn't take losses lightly. He's either going to try to win his money back or make sure Clara pays for embarrassing him. So, Clara, what do you do? Do you cash out and leave, take the money and disappear before trouble starts? Do you celebrate and drink, which I think you already said?
You know it.
Do you offer Vito a rematch? Or do you bribe Jordan, the card dealer, to be on your side?
I'm thinking, Clara
Clara.
is real excited.
Yeah.
She's oblivious to the mafia tailing her. She's on top of the world. She wants a drink. We're going to get a cocktail and celebrate.
All right. And then, Jordan, the card dealer, how do you react? Do you stay out of it still? This is between Clara and Vito. Do you warn Clara and let her know she's just made an enemy? Do you tip off the casino boss? If the house knows Vito's got a grudge, maybe they'll intervene. Or do you follow Vito's men and find out what they're planning?
Well, definitely not the last one, because that's how
Yeah.
you die. I'd probably go and let the casino know. Like, yo, listen, like, just giving you a heads up, they're going to kill each other. Because I'd feel guilty if she died.
Okay, so at least you're like, all right, I'll stay out of it. I don't want to
Well,
die.
like, I'll stay out of it, but like, not when I know like a real crime's about to happen, you know?
Right. Like, how am I going to live with myself after I go home from work knowing I just watched a Hollywood actress take her last breath? All right, the fallout, trouble brewing in Reno.
Oh, no.
Clara chooses to celebrate and drink. You flash your winning smile and stack up your chips and signal for a bottle of champagne. What's the point of winning if you
How
don't
large
enjoy
of a
it?
bottle of champagne we talking here?
See, aren't like fancy bottles of champagne like real expensive?
They can be very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, isn't Moet champagne or is that not? Or Cristal,
no-
like something like that?
I think
I've heard of
Cristal
Cristal.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
only way
like,
I've heard of it is from Austin Powers when Dr. Evil's like, Cristal, my motto.
well, like, I know like Cristal is like the rapper drink. Like, well, the
Yeah.
athletes,
Yeah,
they all
okay.
like order bottles of Cristal. I think it's like $1,500 a bottle.
Dang.
That is what Clara is ordering.
Here's the thing though, champagne isn't even that good. Like, I could spend my money on way better.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not really a drinker, and like, but if I had
Neither
to
am
drink
I.
something, like, and I had to pay $1,500 for, I would be pissed because I'd be
Right.
like, I bought Liquid IV a few days ago, and it was like $2 a pouch, and I was like, whoa, like, I just spent $2 to put this in my water.
Yeah.
Like, nah. So
I'm also not much of a drinker, so that's me. I would be like, I don't care how fancy it makes me look. I'm not spending $1,500 on a bottle of champagne that tastes
do
like
you know
dirt.
if you go to like a club in Manhattan? Now, mind you, I haven't been to a club in probably 15 years, if not more. But like, if I go to a club, which I don't, one time I did with my friends, and we sat in like the VIP area, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to be in here. But like, they were like, you have to spend 10 grand to be in here, and I'm like,
What?
And I was with like 10 people, and my friends are like, oh, that's not that much. It's not that crazy. And I'm like, what? And they were like, a bottle of vodka in the VIP was like 2 grand. And we were like, maybe like 10, 15 people. So they were like, yeah, it's not that much. Like, because I guess
It's a grand a person. What do you mean?
I once accidentally ordered a $100 drink before and felt so stupid.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Oh, yeah. One time I
Yeah.
went to a pizza. It wasn't a pizzeria. I went to a restaurant and we ordered some pizza. There was no price on the menu, which that's like the first red flag. That's
Yup.
going to be
Yeah.
super expensive. So we're sitting there. We ordered 2 pizzas. The chef comes out. So my friend leans over and he's like, dude, if the head chef is coming out to be like,
Oh, no.
we hope you're enjoying it. Like, this is about to be some expensive pizza. The
Yeah.
pizzas were $110 each.
What were
for
they
a
made out
pizza.
of?
There was truffle shavings on it and
Oh,
some
See,
BS.
Not
that's-
even whole truffles, just the
that's
shavings.
another
of
one
them.
of those things that I think is highly overrated. Like truffle anything. Truffles literally taste like earth. I don't like it.
I do like
Yeah.
No. Truffle fries? No. Gross.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm.
No, I do love truffle.
Now, but
I'm
are truffle
sorry.
fries like $80? Like, how does that work?
No.
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 Because they use like
That's-
imitation truffle.
Exactly. And it's like that's the number one thing. Like when I go into a place and like you said, they don't have the price on something. I know if I have to ask them how much it costs, I can't afford it.
it.
Like I'm just not gonna embarrass myself by asking.
Yeah, but like I just remember like the guy came out and I'm like, how much are these pizzas gonna be? Like, this is wild. It's pizza. Like, and it wasn't the best pizza I've
I
ever
was gonna
had
say
in
it
my
better be
life.
amazing
no, that's
pizza.
the worst then.
No, it was okay. It
That's
was just
even worse.
pizza.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, sorry. Let's see if Jordan dies. Come on.
The casino's VIP lounge erupts into cheers and music. People swarm around you, raising glasses, laughing, and placing you at the center of the night's biggest story. The news spreads fast. Hollywood's wildest star just humiliated one of the most dangerous men in gambling. Oh, you're screwed.
Oh, no.
But behind the music and laughter, you can't shake the feeling that you've just stepped into something bigger than you realize. Jordan, the card dealer, chose to tip off the casino boss. You quickly step away from the table, heading toward the casino's back office. The casino boss, a man only known as Big Eddie, is puffing on a cigar, watching the night unfold from behind one-way glass. That's not creepy at all. Eddie, you say, keeping your voice low. We got a situation. All right, I gotta hear you. I gotta hear your best Jordan the card dealer tipping off your boss.
So I'd be like, yo, Eddie, listen, we got a situation here. See that guy over there? He's going to kill that girl. I just have a feeling she just beat him. I'm just looking out for her. I feel bad because she's like famous and stuff. Even if she wasn't famous, I would have told you. But, I don't want this coming back to you, Big Eddie.
Oh, he knows how to spin it too.
Yeah, he does.
Put
So
it
he's
on
like,
Eddie.
I'm doing it for Eddie.
Because
It's
then
for Big
when
Eddie.
Eddie has to go make the call on something, then he's like, oh, dude, I can't have you killing somebody in my club. It's going to bring bad press to me. So that's that. And then the Mortal Kombat guy is going to be like, all right, I could do you a solid. I won't kill her. I get it.
Mortal Kombat.
I know how the world works.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows how to play it smart. All right, so you explain what just happened to Clara and that she's in danger. And Eddie takes a long pause before finally saying, all right, you did good telling me. I'll handle it. He motions to
He hates
two of
me.
his biggest enforcers.
He just made me have to work for the weekend.
Damn it. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right.
I feel now I feel bad. I should have just pretended I didn't see anything. It's too late.
Just let her
We're too
die?
deep. We're too deep. Yeah, but like this is like one of those situations like where you hear a kid say something to another kid and you're like, I don't know what kind of kids you teach. They're probably really good or much better than
They're kids. Kids are kids.
yeah. Like, but like
Yeah.
you ever hear a kid and they're like, we're gonna, do something and you're like, it's not that serious. And you're like, I don't really think they're gonna do that. And then you're just like, if I hear it and have to like, I'm gonna sound
Are
like
you
a horrible
saying-
teacher right now. So
Are you
never
saying
mind.
you hear a kid threatening another kid and you're like, yeah, it's not that serious? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, like, I mean, that's how it came out. You're right. I'm gonna plead the fifth actually
No,
now.
I'm teasing you. I'm totally teasing you. No, I
But-
get it.
Like
No.
some things, not everything's like reportable. Whereas in like, then if you like make it a thing, it becomes a thing, but you're like, oh, that wasn't like really a thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like not everything needs to go to the principal's office. Like I could just pull a kid aside and be like, "Hey, like you can't talk like that. Don't do what you think you're about to do. Like just don't do that stuff."
That's what I'm saying. Like if they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna jump you after school," I'm like, "You're not. You're not jumping them." And then I talk to them.
Like if I did, I would probably pull them aside and be like, "Hey, about this."
Yeah, you know who's really gonna do it and who's not. You know?
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, this is my last day as a teacher. Thanks for coming.
No. Okay. He motions to two of his biggest enforcers who nod and step out toward the casino floor. The next crisis. Vito's response.
Oh, boy.
Here it comes, Clara. You're toast. Oh, just as Clara is mid-toast, the crowd suddenly parts.
Look how great I am. Everyone applaud me.
Vito Moretti is back. He walks straight up to Clara's table, his face unreadable. His men flank him. The casino's bouncers watch closely, but they haven't stepped in yet. Oh, what if they're on his side? Oh, then you're both toast.
I'm dead. I should have never spoken.
No.
This is why you can't speak, honestly. See something, say
you
nothing.
Try to do something good, and you just end up getting screwed over. He walks straight up to Clara's table, his face unreadable. His men flank him. The casino's bouncers watch closely, but they haven't stepped in yet. He slowly picks up Clara's champagne glass, swirls the drink, then downs it in one gulp before setting the glass back down.
I was drinking that. What the heck?
You got guts, lady. I'll give you that. See, I feel like Gaspare should have been the gangster. You got a better gangster voice.
No, that was good. I was intimidated.
Okay, good.
Shaking.
You sure got those guts, don't you, Betty?
He leans in and says, "You and me, one last game. No limits, no backing out." The casino hushes. This isn't just a poker game anymore. This is about pride, power, and possibly something much worse. Big Eddie's men are watching, ready to intervene if needed. But right now, this is Clara's call. Jordan.
Okay.
I mean, Clara.
Yes.
Do you accept the game? Win or lose, you're not backing down. Refuse and walk away. You already won, no need to risk it. Try to charm your way out, talk your way into a truce. Or accuse him of being a sore loser. Go all in on embarrassing him.
Oh, I've come this far.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm making fun of him.
Oh, what color casket do you want?
A green one.
Oh, okay.
Go green.
All right. Okay. Jordan, the card dealer. Do you sit at the table as the dealer? Do you tip off Big Eddie's men? This could get ugly. Do you secretly rig the deck for Clara or for Vito? Or do you sneak out of the casino? You've seen enough and you want no part of this.
If I help one win over the other, I die. If I leave...
Depends on who you help.
But
you help
also,
one over the other, you might not die.
I leave, then I also lose my job. So I'm just going to play the game as is and let's let them play it out. And at this point, I've tried all I can to help her. If she dies, she dies.
Yeah, I mean, hey, no blood on your hands.
I was about to say, I'm not helping anything here.
Yeah, because then I help.
She's egging him on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. I gave you the outlet. I told you you could ended this. You could have just walked away. But instead, you're like, no, I want to still play. So I was like, all right, well, now you know what? You knew they're on to you. You wanted to play. This is good luck.
That's how it's going to go. Clara chooses to accuse Vito of being a sore loser. As the tension in the room thickens, Clara leans back, smirking at Vito. She slowly sips the last of her champagne before setting the glass down with a clink. I thought he just downed it. Mm-hmm. Or did she get another glass?
She got another glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me hear how you're going to challenge him.
I'm going to go, Vito. You ain't no viper. You a garden snake.
Vito, you ain't no viper. What's that?
You're a garden snake.
Yeah, nah, you're dead. I don't feel bad anymore. I'm actually rigging the deck for him.
He's like, well, yeah, you've dug your own grave at this point. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Vito's jaw tightens, but he stays silent. And then you say, but here you are, crawling back to my table like a desperate man. What's
Ooh.
wrong? Can't handle being beaten by a woman? Oof. Do you want red roses or white?
Definitely white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The crowd erupts, some laughing, others going deathly silent. Vito's men shift uncomfortably, but the mobster simply tilts his head, studying Clara. Why am I picturing the Viper as Mr. X in Resident Evil? Like just the big guy in a suit just
Oh my god.
standing there. That's what I'm picturing. I'm not picturing our AI generated Vito. For a moment, the entire casino seems frozen in time. Then, Vito laughs, a slow, deep chuckle. You got nerve, Hollywood. I gotta hear you say this line.
Oh no. You're damn right I do.
Clara fires back. Vito taps his fingers on the table, then pushes back from his chair. I'll tell you what, sweetheart. You got this one. But one day, you and I are gonna have a rematch. He stands, straightens his jacket, and turns to leave. His men follow, but not before one of them leans in toward Clara and mutters, You don't know how lucky you just got. And just like that, Vito Moretti is gone. Dang, you almost died. You almost got by Vito.
Oh!
That's what I love about this game though, is that no matter what historical event it is, you always like push the envelope as far as you possibly can until it's just
Oh,
not
yeah.
This
possible
guy just
anymore.
walked away from all that.
Right, like what kind of mobster are you?
He didn't even play the game. Like,
Right.
he just challenged her, and then he's like, yeah, now forget it. Like, why wouldn't you then go through with the game, then lose again, you kill her, you win again, you get your pride back. So, like, I'm just confused as to his course of actions.
Maybe he's just not trying to catch another charge.
No.
Maybe that's it.
Mm.
Yeah, but see, if you're the boss, like, you don't get your hands dirty.
Yeah, but
usually.
yeah, I guess.
I don't know. That's just what I've seen in mobster movies before. It's like they call the orders, but like you're not the one that does the thing.
No, you're not, but you would
You know?
still, you wouldn't get shown up by some random Hollywood girl. Think about it, that's like, big mobster being shown up by Jennifer Aniston. He'd be like,
Right.
who the hell are you? You know what I mean?
See, I feel like that last line of him going like, I'll get you in a rematch one day, that seemed like flirty almost.
Or
Like maybe he likes her.
it was foreshadowing.
For what?
She's gonna go to her car, and her car's just gonna explode.
I think it's over.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
So
tomorrow's day in history is the
Right.
death of
actress
Clara.
Clara Bow. Clara Bow dies at 28 or whatever. Okay. Jordan, the card dealer, chooses to sit at the table. As Clara takes control of the situation, you stay at the table, ready to deal if things escalate. But now, as Vito walks away, you exhale a breath you didn't realize you were holding. You just witnessed history. A Hollywood star just stood up to a mobster and walked away untouched. That doesn't happen. You glance over at Big Eddie's enforcers. They were ready to step in, but now they relax. Eddie himself watches from his office, giving you a small approving nod. You made the right call. Good job, Jordan, the card dealer. Oh my gosh. There's no way that would have played out like that in real life.
No.
The club is then met with a hail of bullets. Everyone inside has died.
Right. It's like, there's no way. Oh my God. Okay, so how history changed. So, in real history, Nevada legalized gambling as a desperate move to boost the economy during the Great Depression. The early casino scene was wild and unregulated, run by saloon owners, con artists, and soon organized crime.
The most trustworthy of people.
Yeah. By the 1940s, mobsters like Bugsy Siegel began pouring money into Las Vegas, creating a massive casino empire controlled by crime syndicates. In our timeline, instead of the mob having full control, Clara Bow's Hollywood influence shifts the casino industry towards celebrity-driven gambling. The first major power struggle happens in Reno, not Vegas, with Clara publicly humiliating a mobster at the gambling table. And casinos start catering to high-profile celebrities and their reputations, making them less dependent on the mob for success. So actually, Clara standing up to the mob kind of righted the course of history, I guess. You just had to risk your life.
But the thing is, like, anyone in like wait, is there more? I don't want to give.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, like, in reality, though, anyone who did stand up to the mob with the casino buildings was killed. So, like,
right. That would never happen.
Like, they built all these casinos in Cuba. Like, that's why, like, during, like, JFK and stuff, like, they wanted Cuba to be back because the mafia was, like, running all this stuff in and out of Cuba, and people were taking boats to Cuba to gamble. So, like, you know, I get it, but that's, like, the scenario playing out like that is, like, well, I guess it's like anything else. I mean, it's just a what if, you know?
Yeah.
So.
No, and it literally says Hollywood stars frequented the casinos, but they weren't known for challenging mob bosses head on because they would not be known again if that ever did happen.
Or like when they did get approached by them, they pretty much joined it, like Frank Sinatra and like all those guys that were like so interconnected with it. And, you know, people are like, wait, were they in the mob? And it's like, well, like they weren't in it, but like they had the protection from the mob in
so like
their
Frank
careers.
Sinatra, the Rat Pack, and celebrities flocked to mob-run casinos.
Yeah,
but they, like it said, they never challenged mob bosses, and they kind of had their protection.
Well, because they joined them. Well, because like that's the thing. Like then Frank Sinatra was like performing at the clubs that they were owned by the mobster, you know, and like then he was like performing like their daughter's weddings and stuff. So like that's not all coincidence.
Do you have a Godfather impression?
I'm not really an impression person, but when I was young, I had
that's just me being stereotypical because you're from New York.
No, that's fine. But when I was young, my voice, when I was a little kid, I used to have when I would be like, Ma, I need a little milk. Like I need the milk. And I would have such a voice. They used to call me like the Godfather as a baby and always make fun of me. And then I had to go to a doctor because at the end of the night, like after like 4 or 5 years old, why was I talking? I was like, Ma, I need a little
like
more.
Strained vocal cords.
So I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, yeah, you just talk too much. Like your voice, at the end of the night, your voice is gone. And like my voice couldn't recover because I was so little. And I guess it just, but my kids are the same way. By nighttime, my kids have no voices because all they do is talk all day.
Yeah, that makes, I feel like that was kind of me growing up. I didn't lose my voice. I didn't talk that much, but I was a chatter for sure.
Yeah.
And then, so like in real life, the organized crime kind of took over the world of gambling and casinos for a while. And they definitely used a lot of violence and intimidation if someone crossed them the wrong way. And unfortunately, if they did that, they most likely disappeared and were never seen or heard from again. So hopefully a lot of that has gone by the wayside. But
I think so. I think a lot.
Yeah, it definitely has. It's definitely not like that now. But yeah, many casino owners in the past were either mob affiliated or paid protection money to the crime syndicates, like you already mentioned. And yeah, the funny thing I think about our alternate timeline is how Clara's life so drastically changed, because in your version of Clara, she becomes a gambling Hollywood icon.
Okay.
And like rises to fame for her gambling and as being like a high roller who stood up to the mob.
And she did that in real life too.
Nope. In real life, she never became a gambling icon. Her career declined after the 1930s and she faded from public view.
Oh.
Yeah, so she just kind of...
So she should have stood up to the mob.
Yeah.
Made a name for herself.
You know, speaking of protection money, right? So when my grandfather came here from Italy, they owned a candy store
Yeah.
and he refused to pay protection to the mob because like my grandpa came from Italy and he's like, I didn't leave Italy and leave like the mob and all that stuff over there to come here to then be harassed by like the Brooklyn, New York mafia and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So they owned a candy store, him and my grandma, and they used to come by and smash the windows every day because he wouldn't pay protection money. So my grandfather used to just fight outside, just be brawling outside like this. And he was a dock worker, so he was like this little Jack Italian dock
What
worker.
a badass, though.
And
Right?
he used to just stand outside the store at night and just fight the young teenage goons that were like sent. So like it's so funny because like growing up in like Brooklyn, New York, like people were always like, "Oh my god, like the mafia," blah, blah, blah. And it's like my dad was a cop, my mom was a teacher, my grandfather fought. I'm like, I am the furthest from any of that. Like if any, I'm the complete opposite of it. You know what I mean?
Why did I just combine like your grandfather like standing out on the sidewalk and like fighting these mob goons? And like the Candyman song from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh my
god! I mean,
who
probably
could fight
very
mob
different.
Bosses? The Candyman can.
He's just in a tank top, just pounding on some teenagers. They're smashing the windows and blowing stuff up.
Man, wild times.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Well, our final scene, the legacy lives on. Clara becomes a casino mogul, possibly partnering with Big Eddie to open a celebrity-backed casino. Jordan's card dealer career skyrockets, either as a trusted high roller dealer or a casino manager. So you got a promotion.
See,
Vito Moretti never forgets the loss, but he's forced to respect Clara instead of taking revenge. Never have I ever known a mob boss to take the high road.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And Reno, for a while, challenges Vegas as America's gambling capital.
Look at that in this alternate universe.
All right. Well, I'm glad that no one died in this version of history. Well, not that anyone in the other version died either, but Clara just kind of faded into obscurity in her real life, whereas now we made her a gambling mogul.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy? Like, in today's world, like, think about it. Like, do people, like, I'm just trying to think, like, do people become moguls of, like, these franchises? You know what I mean? Like, like Shaquille O'Neal owns, like, 400 Five Guys restaurants.
Yeah.
And like all this crazy stuff. Like you would think more celebrities would be more like, you know, like right now, if I had $40 million in the bank, like you should open a casino, like, cause that's like forever money, but they really don't do that, which I guess makes sense. But like, you know, like they open
but still,
other
it's like,
things.
what are you doing with, it's like, what are you doing with that money? Like if, like you said, if you have like stupid money and you have nothing to do with it, you know, why not open something?
Like The Rock, like The Rock owns, Dwayne Johnson owns like a cologne, a body wash. Like, so I guess like Kendall Jenner owns like a lip gloss or whatever, Kylie Jenner. Like, I guess they just own a product and then like just attach their name to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't ever really hear about like Dwayne Johnson's like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then he's like, I'm going to just buy. Well, I don't know. I mean,
I feel like some of them do, but like, yeah, you don't really, it's more so like a lot of celebrities will have brands or a product that they create and then sell, but not really like a lot of celebrities will partner with already existing companies or brands and like buy part of them.
I was gonna say, I think the only one I could think of is Ryan Reynolds and Rob from Always Sunny in Philadelphia bought the Wexford team in England. The soccer team.
They did?
Bought a soccer team?
Yeah, they bought a soccer team in England.
Interesting.
It was like a really bad soccer club, and they actually like started pumping money into it to make it like a more respected club. So, yeah.
Like, because like,
but that's the only one I could think of.
If you're Jeff Bezos, like if I'm Jeff Bezos right now, I'm buying the New York Jets. Like, why not? Like, I have billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
Johnson family, the Johnson and Johnson own the Jets. I'd be like, I'll give you $50 billion to take them off your hands. And it's like, why not? You know who did it? I don't know if you're baseball fans, but Steve Cohen, who was like a financial like wizard worth
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
$30 billion, something like that. He bought the New York Mets last year.
Okay.
And he
Okay.
bought them for like $2 billion. And everyone was like, oh my God. And it was like, it's nothing to him. Like $2 billion was nothing. And then like he just he's
I'm
a
sorry.
fan. He's
Yeah.
a fan of the Mets. So he's like, I don't care if I want a player, I'll throw $1 billion at the player because I'm a fan and I want to watch him, on the team.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, why not spend the money? You're getting the money back. Like, it's not
Right.
like you're gonna lose money. Like, it's just interesting that they don't. But I guess then it's another thing to take care of and another
That's true.
headache. Like, when's Jeff Bezos gonna have the time to run the New York Jets?
I just want to pay off my student loans and my house.
Call Jeff Bezos. See what
Yeah.
he's got.
Yeah, I don't have New York Mets money, so
But it's
But-
like wild when you think about it.
it is. It really is. Well, thank you for playing our like funny game with us. We think it's so interesting to like mess around with history and see what's going to happen differently. So I appreciate you being here. Any other like fun projects that you're working on that you want to share?
I am on tour right now. So if you want to come see stand up, I won't be in Cleveland anytime soon, but I will be in Portland, Oregon, Naples, Florida, Boston, Philadelphia, West Hartford, Connecticut, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Plano, Texas, Atlanta, Long Island, Los Angeles, Seattle, Chicago, Staten Island, New York City, all these places. So you can
Everywhere.
go on, you could go on my website, GaspareRandazzo.com, or follow me on Instagram at StandUpRandazzo.
Woo! Yeah, definitely go check them out. I'm gonna have to find some time for us to come to a show because
Yeah.
I definitely want to see. I've seen some of your stand-up clips and stuff here and there, but I want to see in person. So we'll have to head
Yeah.
out to a show.
I'm very mean, but it's not personal, but I'm mean on stage to people.
That's
So-
okay. I like the crowd work kind of stuff. It's funny.
That's all I do for 45
Perfect.
minutes. And then I'm like, oh yeah, let me give you guys some jokes. And then I talk for 20 minutes and then the show's over.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, and we will be right back.
Thanks for having me.
That game, I feel like it didn't get as chaotic as your Voyager did, but it was intense.
It was close.
It was close. It could have ended
Right there.
really badly,
Right there.
but somehow
Clara wanted
the mob
wanted
took
chaos.
the high road. The mob took the high road.
That says a lot about Clara, though.
yeah,
just-
she's
yeah.
got that much influence.
She's that chaotic.
She is. But if it wasn't for Gaspare, the card dealer,
Not Gaspar the card dealer. Jordan the card dealer, played by Gaspar.
okay, if it wasn't for Jordan, the card dealer, played by Gaspare, you would have been sleeping with the fishes, as mobsters
Yes,
say.
all those fishes in Reno, Nevada.
Yeah. Oh,
in the
yeah.
deserts
It's in
of
the
Reno.
desert. Whoops. Well, anyway, thank you so much to Gaspare Randazzo
thank
for
you.
joining us today on the show. If you guys have not checked out his stand-up or his videos online, I highly recommend it. Like he said, he's going on tour, so you could check out his tour at GaspareRandazzo.com. And I believe all of his socials are Stand Up Randazzo across all platforms. So make sure you guys check him out. He's hilarious. And let us know what you think of our show. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know we made a few changes and we're doing some different games and stuff. So I want to know what you guys think about them. Where can they tell us, Jordan?
At hello@wearefinepod.com.
Good job. You can email us there or on Instagram and TikTok. You can find us at Human Content Pods.
So you were waiting for me to say it. No.
Oh,
nope,
sorry.
nope,
Nope. Well, no.
Nope. I'll just look away.
Oh.
I'm staring off into
Oh,
the distance. Sad. Human Content Pods.
So dramatic. Ugh. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for listening and for leaving any feedback or comments. We read them. We love you guys. And we appreciate all that you do for us by listening to our show. If you want to see the full version of the video format, you can either check it out on Spotify now, or at my YouTube channel. Hello. Nope, that's not my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, Mrs. Wooly in Fifth. Hello, it's Mrs. Wooly in Fifth. I'm just going to change the name to that so I cannot say it wrong ever again.
That
Sound
sounds like
good?
a smart plan, yeah.
There you go. Okay.
All that work to change your handles on everything.
Yeah.
Just so you cannot say that wrong.
Exactly. I can never be wrong again.
Until you start messing it up and calling it by the old name, and then
It's a solid plan.
there's no flaws in it.
Not at all. Not a single one. Anyway, we're your hosts, Lauren and Jordan Woolley.
Sorry.
Oh, Jordan's dying. Hold on. I guess it's just me. I'm your host, Lauren Woolley.
Executive producer time. Executive producers are Lauren and Jordan Woolley, Aaron Corney, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brooke.
Oh, look at you
I
go.
stole your thunder.
You did steal my thunder. Our editor is Andrew Sims.
Our engineer is Jason Portizo.
And our music is by Omer Benzvi. To learn about our program disclaimer and ethics policy and submission verification and licensing terms, go to wearefinepod.com or reach out to us at hello@wearefinepod.com with any questions or concerns.
We Are Fine is a human content production.
And remember, if you ever go to the casino, don't
Bet
stand up
everything
to the
against
mob,
the mob boss.
No! Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, you.
Hey.
I love that shirt you're wearing.
And you know what would go great with that shirt?
What?
A nice big virtual hug. And you can
Aw.
get that by hitting some of these buttons down here. Subscribe, like, comment. We'll give you a big old virtual hug.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.